All right, guys, we got a juicy topic for you today. MrBeast has been trending on Twitter for some things that he's done over the course of the last couple of weeks. And now it's taken it a step further because he's in some beef with the guys at oneof10.com. Now, as you guys know, I have been a user of oneof10.com. I've shared my affiliate link down in the comments in the description before, and I'm a big supporter of them, big user. I use them almost every single day. And I am kind of erring on leaning on their side in this whole matter, but I want to hear from you guys as we're going through this. Who do you think is in the right? Who do you think is in the wrong? Now, today I've got a special guest with me. This is my business partner at AI Marketing World. His name's Austin Armstrong. In one medium or another, Austin has been creating content for the last 20 years. He's got millions of subscribers and followers across all of the social media platforms, and he has built a SaaS tool, software called Syllabi, that takes a lot of the headache and frustration out of creating content and packages. He's got like this content creation tool that's insane. It's amazing. We're going to be talking about this with the context of his expertise, through the lens of his expertise as a SaaS tool creator in the AI space. Let's get into it. All right, brother. So first thing I'm going to do is, I know you've seen some of this stuff, but I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go through some of MrBeast's stuff here. Let me start with this video right here because it's...
How's it going, guys? A week ago, I launched an AI thumbnail tool to help small creators make better thumbnails, and I thought people were going to be pretty excited about it, but I definitely missed the mark. If you open up Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. And so I read all your guys' feedback, and I've been thinking a lot about it, and so we just enacted some changes that I think you guys will find positive. And so going forward, there is no AI thumbnail tool. Anyone from now on that signs up for ViewStats Pro, there will not be the AI thumbnail tool. It just doesn't exist. We pulled it down. And on top of that, I wanted to go one step further to really show artists out there that I care. If you go on viewstats.com under our more tools section, it will say hire thumbnail artists. And if you click that, it'll take you to a page of artist portfolios where you can commission a real thumbnail artist to make you a real thumbnail. So basically turning this negative situation into something positive that helps artists generate more income doing what they love. And I care more than any of you could ever imagine about the YouTube community. I mean, obviously I'm the biggest YouTuber in the world and I don't take that responsibility lightly. And so, it deeply makes me sad when I do something that people in the community are upset by. And obviously with ViewStats, my goal here is to build tools to help creators. And if creators don't want the tools, no worries, like it's not that big of a deal. So if you're an artist, go over to ViewStats, make some extra money. And I also want to put out there that I guarantee you, I have spent more money on thumbnail artists than any other YouTuber in the world. I've probably spent more money on thumbnail artists than the top 100 creators combined. I mean, I have a small army of thumbnail artists that work for me. I'm looking to hire more thumbnail artists. So I just want to put that out there. And I have no intention of firing my thumbnail artists or anything. Like, this is, just supposed to help make them more effective and blah, blah. I mean, you know what I'm saying. But regardless, it doesn't matter. The tool's down for future people that sign up for ViewStats Pro. And now it's a funnel to help artists make more money. So I'm really excited. Go check it out. Hey, go to viewstats.com and click on the Hire the Artist tab and, go commission real artists, help them make more money. So take care, guys.
All right, Austin, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? I know that you've kind of been following this stuff over the last couple of weeks. MrBeast comes out with this AI tool for creating thumbnails. And then after a couple of days of getting some complaints from his artists' followers, he pulls it down. And then not only does he pull it down, but then he created this almost like a YT Jobs type of a thing where you can go and commission artists from his website. So what are your thoughts, initial take on that?
Yeah. So to initially compliment Jimmy, MrBeast, I like that he made that quick adjustment for the community. Now, whatever his true intentions are, only he and his business partners will really know that, right? If he actually cares about the community or was just doing this to save a little face, because he is, there's a lot of controversy around MrBeast, seemingly at all times now, from Beast Burger being trash, let's call it what it is, to some injuries on Beast Games. And, he's trying to save as much face as he can, and he's doing everything he can do to not get canceled. So props to him for at least making that quick change. Now, on the opposite side of things, I think he he made a precedent there that now people know that he can be manipulated with enough of outrage. They can dictate where Jimmy goes in his tools, and they can aggregate that all together to make decisions if people are aware of what just happened in that regard. Being a content creator myself and having a tool that creates AI generated videos, and I'm just going to put it out there. We have an AI thumbnail generator tool as well. What you often see is there's a lot of vocal people that don't like AI from the creative side of things. And it can often outweigh the people that are silent that it's actually helping. And so just because there was a loud group of people that said, I don't think this is a good idea, I don't know if they looked at their actual stats of usage, because it might have just been that the loudest people are the ones that were never going to use it in the first place. But it might have actually helped a lot of people get started. And so his intentions were there, and he let people bully him into a new direction based on the outrage. And so just kind of a couple different sides of that.
I think that, in addition to that, I think that the direction that everybody knows the world is going is more AI, and artificial intelligence is ultimately, it's already replaced a lot of copywriting jobs, or it's enhanced the ability for copywriters to be more efficient, more effective, to handle more clients. But in our sense, in our agency, we've actually replaced, we've had copywriters before, and we've stopped using them because artificial intelligence copy can sound more like me or more like our clients. It can be grammatically correct. It doesn't have spelling errors. So there's in a lot of cases, artificial intelligence is replacing jobs. And this is one of those things I think is happening. Now, a good artist, in my opinion, is going to be able to use these tools to build a base image or a sketch or an idea, and then they're going to be able to enhance from there. And I think that what Jimmy just did when he pulled the plug on this tool, he forced content creators who don't have a lot of money to spend on really expensive traditional designers, commissioning them for whoever says that anyway. Like, I don't commission thumbnail designers or pay thumbnail designers for a concept, but
yeah,
he forced creators who don't have a lot of money to spend on thumbnail designers to either choose a really expensive option or to go with a really crappy thumbnail designer, which we're trying to get away from anyway, which the artificial intelligence the thumbnail design tool was going to replace anyway. So I think, in my experience and in my opinion, it was a mistake. So go ahead.
I agree. No, I agree. And you said, I don't know if you were going to go in this direction, but you sent me a tweet earlier with the beef with the 1 of 10. And I actually think the 1 of 10 guy brought up some really good points. And not just in the thumbnail space, but in the video space as well. Talent always will rise to the crop. All AI is going to do is eliminate the crappy thumbnail makers anyway. There's always going to be room for those artists. They're artists. It is a art form to create a YouTube thumbnail that earns the clicks. And same thing with AI generated videos. Good content that holds people's attention and earns the click is always going to be surfaced because it's based on user engagement. And bad content, bad thumbnails, bad videos will get buried because people aren't clicking on it. They aren't watching it. They aren't engaging with it. So this anti-AI thing is a little crazy because yes, more things are entering the market, but it really levels out because good content and good thumbnails rise to the top.
Yep, 100%. And you did lead us straight into the next thought here, which is... let me actually go. Oh, before I do that, I just wanted to read some of these comments on MrBeast's video, because I think that the sentiment among the general population is like, what are you doing? So there's a couple here that I had highlighted that I thought was really interesting. Bro, got to stop pandering to the whiners. AI is taking over whether people like it or not. There was another one here. There was a great one that I saw. I don't know where it ended up. Oh yeah, right here. Please stop using photography. Oil painters have families to feed, right? It's like a little bit of sarcasm there. But
100%.
It's 100% right. It's 100% right.
I mean,
So-
that's what I was saying, that the loudest people are the ones that are never going to use it anyway. So this is a tale as old as time. That's a perfect analogy, right? Like, scribes hated the printing press.
Yes,
You know, like
exactly.
there was a horse dealer that hated Ford's guts because he released the Model T car, and they're like, "Damn it, my horse business! No one's going to buy horses anymore." You know, like it becomes the new norm. There's always an adoption period. There's a fear of change because it's just ingrained in our DNA. But those that embrace the inevitable and technological advancement, which there's nothing that we can do to go backwards. The cat is out of the bag. And there's going to be even people that listen or watch this that disagree with that statement. Sorry, it's inevitable. It's inevitable.
Well, and I think that Mr. Beast has kind of positioned himself as this altruistic creator with his charities and his giveaways and the big things that he does on YouTube. He's always an entertainer. And you're kind of right. He's been mired in controversy, a lot of controversy surrounding some of his charities, some of his big shows on what he did on Amazon. And then like you had mentioned before, Mr. Beast Burger was a complete flop. And so my thought process is he's inadvertently created himself another controversy by trying to stay out of one, probably for fear of having to go through what he's been going through over the last couple of years. So yeah. I understand, but I also know, you and I are both, we're both a little more seasoned in life than Jimmy. Jimmy's still in his, I think he's in his mid 20s, maybe upper 20s, and you're in your mid 30s. I'm in my early 40s. And so we've been through some of these things. We understand public relations, maybe not to that extent, but also like, hey, just kind of dig your feet in. There's a time to dig your feet in, your heels in, and not acquiesce to the mob of people who are upset, but think about the future. All right, so let's go over to 1 of 10. I want to read this. So 1 of 10 made a post, or Richard, the YouTube strategist, made this post after Mr. Beast's video, and he says, our mission at 1 of 10 is to lower the barrier of entry for people to start creating and grow, which in turn will hopefully lead to higher quality content online. Making great clickable thumbnails is a big hurdle when you're just starting out, especially if you don't have the Mr. Beast budget, which is exactly what we talked about. In the past month, we've seen tons of creators start using the 1 of 10 thumbnail generator instead of scrambling to figure out Canva or Photoshop. One YouTuber even told us he got back into live streaming because he didn't have to worry about making thumbnails every day, which is what used to hold him back. As for thumbnail designers, the highest quality thumbnails always need a human touch. I don't see AI replacing anytime soon at the top level. But this is also the perfect time for designers to use AI to their advantage and 10x their quality and output. We've seen thumbnail designers use the generator to create 80% of the thumbnail and then add their own touch to finish it off with that extra level of quality. Always open to feedback to change my mind, but for now I see a big net positive for the creator community using thumbnail generators, especially those starting off. So this is what kind of kicked off a firestorm. So now let's go and read what happened after this. So then Richard, the YouTube strategist, said, if you still want an AI thumbnail generator, use code MrBeast for 70% off the first month of 1 of 10. And then Mr. Beast sees this. Someone sends it to him. He sees it. He says, that's rude. So I'll reply to boost this D-head to my audience. Everyone who got mad at me for having an AI thumbnail tool, why don't you go after 1 of 10 for stealing jobs? All right. Initial take on this one?
I love the cheeky thing that he did there of using a Mr. Beast coupon to say, like, this actually helps people. I'm not going to go back and forth like Jimmy did. I understand that, yes, there's vocal people that are anti-AI, but the reality is that this actually helps people. I think the Mr. Beast coupon code was like poking the bear a little bit, and I think that's hilarious. That seems to me like he made the first move in the beef. And so now, Jimmy's retaliating a little bit, but because he's not happy with his choice, he can't add AI thumbnails back, because then it's like, back and forth and back and forth. Take a stance, man. If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. So, it's wouldn't be a good look for Jimmy. Jimmy's like in a lose-lose situation in this battle, right? He puts something out there. He lets the trolls get to him personally. He makes a decision. Someone else took a stance, and Jimmy didn't like that someone took a stance against him, so he lashed out. I'm a child of the internet. Like, I don't care if someone calls me a D-bag. But props to Richard for taking the, like, I would continue to egg on MrBeast too, because that's just going to elevate Richard and 1 of 10. Like, keep this conversation going, man. Like, if I'm him, you've got Jimmy on his back legs right now. Like, I would continue, like, as the internet troll that I am, I would continue going with that. Yeah.
Now, what are the odds that this is a Astroturfing campaign and Jimmy and Richard are actually in cahoots? I feel like it's probably pretty slim, because I think Jimmy's going to take the brunt of the backlash from this. But at the same time, I'm like, you never know on X or online anymore if something is like, if MrBeast has a share in 1 of 10, or if there's, some type of collaboration going on the back end. Any thoughts about that?
I'm with you. I highly doubt that, because I think Jimmy is so concerned with not getting canceled and he's in the middle of all of this controversy. I don't think that if he did that, I think that would be a pretty stupid play, because he would, he's risking his reputation for a back end deal for probably not that much. Like, if he has, like, how big could 1 of 10 possibly be to outweigh the brand value that MrBeast has?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Always a slim chance, but in this case, I definitely think that it's not. By the way, I want to bring up Astroturfing here in just a few minutes, but before I do that, I want to go back and show you Richard's response to MrBeast after his calling him a D-head. So here we are. And Richard, never short on words, has this multi-paragraph thing, but this is actually really good. I want to read the entire thing and get your take on this too. So here's what Richard says. So MrBeast just called me a D-head. That's just needlessly aggressive and disrespectful, especially when you've never talked to me. Over the past year, ViewStats has been mirroring a lot of what we've built at 1 of 10. They put their outlier score in the Chrome extension right where we have ours, used a similar color scheme, matched our outlier and filter design, added a similar topic feature, and even with the thumbnail generator, they went with the same price, the same credit system, and the exact 18 credits per generation, a number we came up with randomly. The list goes on. But that's just how it is. In SaaS. We never complain. We just keep innovating and ship. Now calling me a D-head just plain sucks, man. Like, I worked for you for a year. I actually respect you and Chucky for what you've done on YouTube, and actually never said anything bad about ViewStats. I used the MrBeast coupon code because I saw a quote tweeting you with his tool and blowing up to now 1 million views. So I figured it would make sense to try and funnel 1 of 10 as well. Try to funnel to 1 of 10 as well. Reminder, we're tiny compared to you guys. I have a small audience and that tweet had 5,000 views. I did not think it was that disrespectful at the time, and maybe could have used a different code, but I genuinely didn't think much of it except a quick tweet to my small audience of 14,700 followers. Do you even realize how much of a gap you have? I've now removed the coupon code. You could have just asked instead of calling someone you don't know publicly a D-head. And like you said, boosting it for your audience of 30 million followers to see. Like, what? Attacking me personally is not the way. And to your statement, why don't you just go after 1 of 10 for stealing your jobs? If you read the comments under your reply, you will see most creators actually want that. It makes their life easier. Thumbnail designers also want that. It makes their life easier. What will be removed from the market are low-quality thumbnail designers that take 5 days to respond and need 10 revisions.
Yes.
Good thumbnail designers are here to stay and are already using AI tools. I actually don't think you should have removed the thumbnail generator, even if that meant more competition for us. I know how Chucky and the team must have worked hard on it and thought it was actually a big plus to the community. I hate drama and toxicity, but I get it. Part of your marketing is trashing on competitors, like Hershey's is trash and Lunchables is unhealthy. But 1 of 10 is not that. We both have the same mission to help creators. Hopefully you guys can innovate in your ways and we will innovate in our ways, and it's a net positive for all the creator community. If you want to know if I'm actually a D-head, then I invite you to come on the 1 of 10 podcast to discuss. Our visions are more aligned than you might expect. Spoiler, I'm not a D-head. P.S. I'm pretty sure I can beat you at Dune Imperium. All right. That was a beast. No pun intended.
I'm on Team Richard here. And I would have kept the coupon code up. You know, I think he was I wouldn't have backtracked. I would have kept the thumbnail up there. I think Richard really took the high road there and probably over-explained, but he can leverage a lot of this. And I agree with his perspective that the people that are against it just are more vocal than the ones that it actually helps.
Yep. I couldn't agree more. And I think that taking the high road from Richard is going to be insanely helpful and probably sell a ton of subscriptions to 1 of 10. I mean, if you look, he said in this comment, he said, I have, where is it? 14,700 followers on X. And now, he's got 14.8. Okay. So just gained a little bit, not a huge amount, but I think that this is going to be really healthy for 1 of 10. And I'm just going to say, you know, I've tried view stats and I've tried it a couple of times. I thought their outlier process or their process for finding outliers wasn't as simple as 1 of 10. And so I went back to 1 of 10 and canceled my subscription to view stats. And you guys at home who are listening to this isn't just a big pitch. I literally use these tools every single day because I like them and they work for our agency. So anything that I'm talking about here has my full stamp of approval because I use it and I like it. So any final remarks on this before we move into the Astroturfing comments?
No. I think it's going to help him out, and I doubt Jimmy will actually go on the podcast. But I like that he threw that olive branch out there.
You know, it's one of those things that, again, it was he dangled this carrot for his audience, but I think that it was also kind of like a, hey, listen, I'm taking the higher road. If you want to come and talk about it like adults, then here's this option. And I think MrBeast not taking it kind of puts him into that catch-22 thing as well, because he's not going to take it. There's a high likelihood he's not going to take the opportunity. And then people are going to be like, you should have done it, man. It just kind of makes Jimmy look bad.
Totally agree.
What I'm finding, and I know that you kind of, I don't know how much you're integrated into this space, into this, like what's going on with Jimmy Donaldson. And I'm not usually, until something gets big or it affects one of the categories of things that I talk about, mostly like artificial intelligence, YouTube growth, anything like that. But MrBeast has really been putting a huge effort into his appearance lately. I don't know if you noticed in that video, his teeth looks like he's got veneers. He's lost a lot of weight. He's looking a little bit more healthy that way. And I think that he's really trying to create a brand that just looks a little bit more polished. And unfortunately, this is my opinion only, but if your integrity isn't way up here, it doesn't matter how much polishing you do, you're still not going to be perceived the way that you want to be perceived.
Yeah, and MrBeast, Beast veneers are coming soon.
Oh man, we'll see. I'm going to get some comments on this one.
Just pop them right on. You too can have a fake smile.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. What's funny is I've got 3 veneers.
Nice.
My,
You can see the headline now. Just, never Photoshop the color of your teeth again.
Yeah, that's right. Get beast in ears. Okay, astroturfing. So this is a concept. I actually made a tweet. I responded to somebody's tweet the other day, and my tweet blew up and ended up getting, I think it ended up getting like 500 likes, something like that. You know, like far out of the ordinary for little old me on X. But there's this girl. Her name is Natalie Reynolds. She's pretty big on TikTok, but she got big because she claimed to be Ryan Reynolds' daughter. And what's interesting is I first found out about her because when I was sick, as you know, my daughter did that dance for Ryan Reynolds when I was in the hospital. We ended up getting like 70 million views across platforms on that. And she reached out to us and said, I'm Ryan Reynolds' daughter. I will call my dad and try and get him to respond to you. And she's not Ryan Reynolds' daughter. She just made it up. She's just an internet troll. So the other day, and you may have seen this, the other day, there was this big thing on X and on TikTok that was this girl, Natalie Reynolds, tried to host a meetup for her fans.
I saw this.
Showed up. No one showed up. And then all of a sudden, all of these small TikTok accounts were making content that was saying, I went to her event so I could make fun of her for not having anybody at her event. And they started popping up. So this immediately raised a whole lot of red flags because number one, somebody who does pity content on social media is generally kind of red flaggy for me because it's like the lowest hanging fruit if you can get pity views. But number two, all of these small accounts started reposting things and started like showing up at the event just to make fun of her. And I was like, that's not really how things work. So I called it out as astroturfing. And as you know what astroturfing is, but if the audience, if you don't know what astroturfing is basically just a marketing campaign that has the appearance of grassroots virality. And in reality, it was staged the entire time. Do you have any experience with astroturfing, Austin? We should do some.
Not that I've done personally. I did see that campaign. I didn't know the backstory that she faked being Ryan Reynolds' daughter, but I did see that and thought it was hilarious because I saw a bunch of comments of like, who is Natalie Reynolds? And that is kind of the whole point, right? Because she's not even that big of an influencer. But by putting out a post, and this is so like easily manufactured now with like WAP. Like we did a WAP campaign recently. I don't know if you're familiar with WAP, but like you can pay people per view to clip your content. So like it's how clipping is so popular. Mm-hmm. And so like anybody can just go on WAP and say like, repost my video and every 1,000 views that you get, I'll pay you $3. And, like it's got like, we got like 900,000 views for like $2,000, on like hundreds of people's, TikTok and Instagram profiles, from a WAP campaign. So like she could have very easily done, that and, like manufactured the small accounts that went out. It might not have even been organic of trolls coming to make fun of her. The whole thing could have been her manipulation and strategy. No immediate campaigns coming to mind though.
Do something for AI marketing world.
We should do something for, yeah.
If you guys at home who are watching this, if you want to come to the best artificial intelligence conference in the United States, quite possibly the world, AI Marketing Worlds this October 9th through 11th. I'm going to put a link down in the description of this video. You can grab your tickets at that link. And it's going to be an awesome time. Austin, thank you very much for joining me today.
Yes.
Check out Syllabi as well. I've got a link down in the description. It's an affiliate link, my affiliate link down in the description for Syllabi. You can learn from Austin just by following him on his socials at Austin Armstrong, right?
Not at Austin Armstrong, but if you search for me, I'm on any platform. I am the nerdy with glasses Austin Armstrong. I am not the Florida Gators defensive coach Austin Armstrong, nor am I the 6 foot tall, curly haired, relationship Christian influencer Austin Armstrong. I am that business AI nerd right there in the middle.
You heard it, guys. Go follow Austin. I'll put some links to his stuff down below as well. All right. And then also oneof10.com. We're going to throw their link below. And then I'm also going to throw a link to Pixels down below, which is the thumbnail designer, the AI thumbnail designer that I have been using a lot and highly recommend you guys checking it out. All right. With that said, take care. We'll see you on the next one. Later.